For 84 months on most 2020 Acadia and Terrain models. We are professional grade GMC.
Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program.
President-elect Joe Biden is moving forward and prioritizing COVID-19 just as cases soar, breaking records nationwide nearly on a daily basis. Tomorrow, Biden will announce his own coronavirus task force.
Sunday night, the big story in Action News tonight is what's next for Biden and the changes he plans to bring to the White House.
Last night, he declared the coronavirus as his top priority. The nation is nearing 10 million cases and continues to sink deeper into the worst chapter of the pandemic yet. ABC's Rena Roy has the very latest.
With 10 weeks to go until he officially takes over the highest office in the nation, President-elect Joe Biden hitting the ground running.
Our work is hard for those who didn't vote for me, as those who did.
And his transition team is also already hard at work. First on the to-do list, tackling the COVID-19 pandemic. Biden's coronavirus task force expected to be unveiled Monday. Sources also tell ABC News he's discussing reversing Trump policies with executive orders, including rejoining the Paris Climate Accords and the World Health Organization. His COVID-19 plan calls for doubling the number of testing sites, investing in at-home tests, and encouraging governors to mandate masks.
That plan will be built on bedrock science.
As he prepares for his new position, he made some time for himself and his family Sunday, attending church in the morning, then visiting the graves of his late first wife, daughter, and son, Beau. Meantime, many in the nation recognizing Kamala Harris as a trailblazer, the first female vice president-elect, also the first black person and Asian American to hold that title.
While I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last.
As for President Trump, he was spotted golfing for the second day in a row. He and his campaign team still claiming the election was stolen and pushing the false narrative of widespread voter fraud with little evidence to back it up. Senator Lindsey Graham backing the president on Fox News.
President Trump should not concede. If I were President Trump, I would take all this to court. I'd fight back.
Sources tell ABC News they do believe President Trump will eventually concede, but right now he is more focused on taking legal action and recounting votes. In Wilmington, Delaware, Rena Roy, ABC News.
Meanwhile, President Trump's campaign is denying reports that his son-in-law and senior advisor Jared Kushner approached the president about conceding the election. Two sources say Kushner suggested to the president that he raise the white flag. But in a tweet, campaign spokesman Jason Miller denied the conversation ever happened. In fact, the Trump administration says the race is far from over. President Trump continues to baselessly dispute the results, even though no one has produced any evidence of widespread fraud.
And now more on the skyrocketing cases of coronavirus. 31 states hit a record number of cases this week. And across the nation, the number of patients hospitalized with COVID-19 is approaching another record. The pandemic is full of grim milestones, and it is not slowing down. Medical experts agree we're at a tipping point. Pennsylvania continues to shatter daily case records. Action News reporter Trish Hartman is joining us now live from Center City with more on the dramatic rise. Trish.
Well, Sarah, for the past several days, the election has been front and center, and many people feel compelled to celebrate and to gather with others. But COVID numbers, like you said, are still rising. Local health officials are still asking people not to gather and to get tested if you did. As people celebrated or protested the election of Joe Biden in Philadelphia.
The last 3 days I was out, down here with the dance party. I went out last night and showed my support for the Biden win.
Many wore masks, but some didn't, and at times there was little social distancing.
I'm not really concerned about it out here right now, but yes, when I go into public places, I do wear the mask. I do believe that COVID is out there.
According to Johns Hopkins University, Pennsylvania is among the states seeing a rise in positivity rate and hospitalizations. Pennsylvania health officials announced more than 4,000 new cases of COVID-19 on Saturday, the highest daily total since the start of the pandemic. Tonight, we spoke with Philadelphia's health commissioner, Dr. Tom Farley.
What recommendations we are making now is if people are close to other people outside, and they should be aware of the risk. They should be tested 7 days later to make sure that they haven't picked up the virus. And in the meantime, they should be staying away from other people.
Dr. Farley says mask wearing is good, but not foolproof in a close crowd.
The safest is to be number 1 outside, number 2 wearing a mask, and number 3 more than 6 feet apart.
We found people who have stayed away from the gatherings altogether.
We know who won, so I think it's best to just stay home.
Dr. Farley says another big concern, private indoor gatherings, especially as the holidays approach. Reporting live in Center City, Trish Hartman, Channel 6 Action News. Walter?
All right, Trish, thank you. Small business owners and restaurants took advantage of the nice weekend warmth. With the sun shining and highs in the 70s, locations were packed from Ocean City all the way to Rittenhouse Square with musicians, athletes, and friends needing no excuses to go outside. The nice weather has been a godsend for the restaurant and entertainment industries. It's no secret those industries are dreading winter and the prospect of empty tables.
We lost everything until we were able to start doing things outside, but so we're just trying to recoup.
Small business owners saying once the weather gets cold, they're going to have to get really creative to keep their businesses safe while they keep afloat.
Now for a check of the AccuWeather forecast. The warm weather gave some people an opportunity to do yard work. Some people maybe put up Christmas lights. That's not something I did. Others just soaked in the sun. I went for a run, and I know meteorologist Cecily Tynan did too. It was a great day for it, Cecily.
Sarah, I did too, but I told my husband to put up Christmas lights because this is the kind of weather you want to do it. He didn't do it, but you know, I warned him. He'll do it when it's cold. Yesterday's high, 75 degrees. That's just 1 degree shy of a record high. Today, Philadelphia hit 76, 2 degrees shy of the record high, so not record in Philadelphia. However, many areas did set new record highs. Atlantic City and Reading, 79, almost 80 degrees today. Allentown and Trenton, 77, and Mount Pocono also very warm with a high of 74. If you look at high temperatures across the eastern half of the country, you can see there's plenty more warm air out to the west and down to the south. So we have 2 more days of this before things change. Satellite and radar showing you can see really that dome of high pressure protecting us, providing us the clear skies. You could also see the rain and the clouds all associated with Ada hitting southern Florida. For us, though, with this high pressure, we have 2 more days of the sunshine. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow and Tuesday. Temperatures running about 10 to 15 degrees above average. We will be waking up with some patchy fog. And like today, there is an air quality alert for counties in southeastern Pennsylvania. What this means, if you have respiratory or heart conditions, it is a good idea to limit your time outdoors. I'll talk about rain on the way and then a big change in our weather pattern coming up in the full AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Sarah?
Okay, Cecily, thank you. And now to this. Alex Trebek, the legendary game show host, has died. With his earnest but kind demeanor, Trebek presided over the hit show Jeopardy for more than 3 decades. Sandy Kenyon from our ABC station in New York has more on his life and career.
Here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
For more than 35 years, with style and a sense of humor, he was the man with all the answers.
A U-shaped fastener for your do, or a U-shaped curve in the road.
Who asked for questions.
What is a hairpin?
And earned a place in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most game show episodes hosted by the same person, earning a total of 30 Daytime Emmy nominations and winning TV's top honor half a dozen times.
As long as I can walk out and greet the audience and the contestants and run the game, I'm happy.
Alex Trebek's total was well past 8,000 episodes.
I'm like the Energizer Bunny. Bum, bum, bum.
Trebek's remark to me in 2014, typical of the man's spirit. And so was his reaction when all-time Jeopardy champ Ken Jennings finally got beat.
And I had a tear in my eye having to say goodbye to him.
Originally from Canada, Trebek was the son of a chef who became a U.S. citizen decades ago and became so much a part of our daily lives, his diagnosis upset millions of fans he graciously tried to reassure.
I'm going to fight this, and I'm going to keep working.
Chemotherapy for his pancreatic cancer looked promising, but a follow-up treatment caused him to lose 12 pounds in a single week. He was in pain and suffering from surges of sadness.
I talk to the audience sometimes, and I get teary-eyed for no reason whatsoever.
In the end, his courage in the face of his disease will be as much a part of his legacy as Alex Trebek's place in TV history.
I've had one hell of a good life, and I've enjoyed it. And the thought of passing on doesn't frighten me.
All right, news of Alex's death weighs heavily on us here at 6 ABC, which shares a fond history with the legendary game show host. In fact, back in 2002, Alex took part in our annual Thanksgiving Day parade. Look at that. He made his way down the parade route on the 6 ABC float and helped us interview performers. Then in 2013, Alex took time out of his busy schedule to stop by 6 ABC and say hello. He made sure to meet as many people as he could, even his four-legged fans and those who at the time weren't old enough to spell Jeopardy. Then in 2018, he returned again after moderating the Pennsylvania gubernatorial debates. And once again, he not only spoke with employees and managers, he made sure to take photos with every single person here, no matter how long it took. News of his cancer diagnosis would be revealed just 5 months after that visit. We invite you to use the 6ABC app for more on Alex Trebek's amazing life and career, plus his message to the Delaware Valley.
Still to come here on Action News tonight, Florida faces a 1-2 punch from Tropical Storm Ada. We'll have the details. Plus, 2 teens are in the hospital after being shot at a basketball court in Northeast Philadelphia. And members of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority gathered to celebrate one of their own, Kamala Harris, and the history she's making. Plus, Cecily will be back with another look at your warm work week weather when Action News comes right back.
You sound like Brian Taff.
What do you mean?
Your voice.
Me? Brian Taff?
Yeah, you can't hear it?
I like Brian Taff.
Yeah, I like Brian Taff too. So how long has this been going on?
What, sounding like Brian Taff?
Yeah.
Since I first heard him.
That's terrific.
It's lush.
It's clear. It's smooth.
It's deep.
That is so lit.
Word up.
Action News, Brian Taff, the voice you know for news.
Hey, doesn't he sound like Brian Taff?
Brian Taff? I like Brian Taff.
Yeah, I like Brian Taff too.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too.
Yeah?
Yep. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like red.
Shop early and enjoy GMC Black Friday offers all month long. Pay no interest for 84 months on most 2020 Acadia and Terrain models. We are professional grade GMC.
Devices are like doorways that could allow hackers into your home. And like all doors, they're safer when locked. That's why you need Xfinity XFi. With the XFi gateway, devices connected to your home's Wi-Fi are protected, which helps keep people outside from accessing your passwords, credit cards, and cameras, and people inside from accidentally visiting sites that aren't secure. And if someone tries, we'll let you know. XFi Advanced Security. If it's connected, it's protected. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $39.99 a month for 12 months. Switch today.
Every morning at 4:30, you hear the cooks hop on the floor. It's hard times in the mill, my love, hard times in the mill. Every morning right at 6, don't that old bell ring?
FanDuel Sportsbook makes it easy to parlay bets within the same game. But to make it even easier, we hired Jeopardy champ and pro sports bettor James Holzhauer to help Tim build his same-game parlay.
Okay. I got Philly to win, the QB to throw at least 2 touchdowns, and the over. But how much should I bet?
Let's wager 300.
Who are you talking to?
Turn a small bet into a big payday with same-game parlays, only on FanDuel Sportsbook. Get a risk-free same-game parlay every week.
Wow, a new Buick for me?
To James, from James. That's just what I wanted.
Is this a new Buick?
I Secret Santed myself. I shouldn't have, but I have been very good this year.
Wow, wow, wow.
This year turned Black Friday into Buick Friday, all month long. Now during Buick Friday, pay no interest for 84 months on most 2020 Buick SUV models.
Two teenagers were shot on a basketball court in northeast Philadelphia earlier tonight. Both are in stable condition. It happened on the 9100 block of Academy Road at about 6:30. A 13-year-old was shot in the shoulder and a 16-year-old was shot repeatedly. So far, no arrests have been made. A 26-year-old man wanted in Philadelphia and Montgomery County was arrested on Friday following an altercation with police. Norristown police say when officers attempted to take Malcolm Coleman into custody on the 200 block of Franklin Street, he resisted and reached for his waistband. Officers say they used a taser on Coleman, but he continued to fight as they tried to cuff him. That's when police say one of the officers hit Coleman twice in the head. Coleman was treated for a laceration and then formally charged. Norristown police say the arrest is now under review.
Now to a closer look at the first woman vice president-elect in American history. Kamala Harris's name is now etched in the history books. At 56, she's taking her place as the first woman, first black, and first Asian American vice president. Last night, she thanked the voters who got her there.
So I am thinking about the generations of women, black women, Asian, white, Latina, Native American women who fought and sacrificed so much for equality and liberty and justice for all, including the black women who are too often overlooked, but so often prove they are the backbone of our democracy.
Kamala Harris is the daughter of Jamaican and Indian immigrants. As a student at Howard University, she joined Alpha Kappa Alpha, the oldest historically black sorority. In 2016, she became the first black and Indian American woman to be elected a California U.S. Senator.
And we saw so many celebrations yesterday, people cheering the election of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. But there is one group of women to whom the ascension of the vice president-elect has a very special meaning.
As I just said, Harris is a member of the storied Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, and tonight her sisters are cheering. Action News reporter Becca Hendrickson has their story.
For the first time in 9 months, Dr. Ayla Stanford feels like she can breathe.
I want to celebrate, I want to be able to scream, I want to be able to dance, I want to be able to cry, but we're in the middle of a pandemic.
So instead of a party, she threw a motorcade driving from Fern Rock down Broad Street into the Art Museum to celebrate the election of Joe Biden and his vice president choice, Kamala Harris.
Little girls and little boys know that they can dream and they can actually be that person that they want to be. No dream is too big.
The election of Harris is particularly special to this crowd. They're all members of Alpha Kappa Alpha, the oldest African-American sorority in the country, where Harris is a sister too.
While I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last.
It's overwhelming. I mean, it's taken some time to process, but I'm very proud of her. She's worked very hard.
Dr. Stanford made sure this celebration lasted only a few minutes with the pandemic in mind. Still, she says this quick moment of unity and thanks was needed for the sisterhood, who helped elect the first black and Asian woman to the vice presidency.
Oh, I cried. I cried. My heart was beating so, because they said it couldn't happen.
Melanie said she watched the vice president-elect speak last night with her 99-year-old mother, and she is so proud to see a woman who looks like her be elected to the White House. At the Art Museum, Becca Hendrickson, Channel 6 Action News.
The Latino community gathered in Kensington to celebrate Joe Biden's victory. Experts say the Latinos in Pennsylvania came out strong for President-elect Biden and Kamala Harris and helped them win the state that gave Biden more than 270 electoral votes. The action cam was in Fairhill Square Park this afternoon as supporters danced, waved flags, and listened to speakers. They hope President-elect Biden will reform immigration policy when he gets into the White House.
Today, the Jewish Children's Volksschule held a memorial to commemorate two similar tragedies over the last century. Organizers explored the similarities of Kristallnacht and the Black Wall Street Massacre in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In 1938, Kristallnacht, or the Night of Broken Glass, Jewish-owned businesses, homes, and synagogues across Germany were destroyed by Nazis and civilians. Between May 31st and June 1st, 1921, white residents of Tulsa ransacked black-owned businesses, killing dozens along the way. Today's memorial at Fort Washington State Park reflected on those events, making the effort to learn the lessons from those dark pages of history. A mass and prayer service were held today at St. William Church in the city's Lawncrest section in support of Christians dealing with severe oppression in Pakistan. Organizers of tonight's service say they're also praying for the many young women who've been kidnapped and forced to convert to Islam and marry older men. One human rights organization estimates that some 1,000 girls are abducted and forcibly converted each and every year.
Still to come here on Action News tonight, the 2020 Major League Soccer playoff field is set. Jeff Skversky will have the details coming up in sports. And taking a live look from Sky 6 at Sea Isle City tonight, right there along the Jersey Shore. Meteorologist Cecily Tynan will have your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast when Action News comes right back.
It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday preview sale. Hurry in for savings up to $500 on top-rated brands like Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 on Sealy. Or save 50% on select mattresses from Sealy. Only at Mattress Firm.
And Roger Eats was inspired by the Popeyes chicken sandwich, and it was beautiful.
Oh, baby, you cast a spell on me. Soft, fluffy bun. Love that chicken sandwich from Popeyes.
Get the sandwich for just $3.99. Take it home or get it delivered.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Always capable and equipped for family life. The 3-row Pilot from Honda.
Closets by Design. Save 40% plus free installation. Visit us today.
Another powerful storm is barreling toward the United States. Tropical storm Ada has Florida in the crosshairs. A state of emergency is now in effect in some parts of that state. Ada is forecast to become a hurricane and bring dangerous weather conditions to nearly the entire state. Residents of South Florida are preparing for the possibility of severe storms, tornadoes, and even waterspouts.
Backup from Texas has also been called in, so they are positioning additional resources into the area ahead of the storm's full impact.
Ada will be the first named storm to make landfall this year in Florida and the 12th named storm to make landfall in the continental U.S. this hurricane season. That's the most in a single year.
Meanwhile, a blizzard is resulting in accidents and power outages in parts of north central Montana. The third major snowstorm to hit in 4 weeks could deposit up to 2 feet of snow by the time it moves out tomorrow morning. It's been the wind and lack of visibility that makes this blizzard so dangerous. A blizzard warning remains in effect until early tomorrow morning. With that said, time for a check of the AccuWeather forecast. Around here feels like late summer, Cecily.
Yeah, you know, and this is typical. The atmosphere is like a seesaw. When we have a ridge of high pressure with summer-like warmth in the east, you typically get that trough out west, and that's bringing a taste of winter to Montana. Today, though, felt like summer. Action News photographer Dan Sheraton took this fantastic photo from Hickory Run State Park. Loads of sunshine out there. Notice very little wind. That water is like glass. If you like the sunshine, you'll like it tomorrow. And even on Tuesday, at least partly sunny skies. Near record warmth again tomorrow, very similar to today. And then a front will push in by Wednesday, and that'll bring us a soaking rain, especially late in the day on Wednesday and Wednesday night, maybe even the chance of some thunderstorms. Right now, it's still pretty mild out there. Philadelphia, 54 degrees, down from a high of 76. That's 17 degrees above average. Allentown, 45. Trenton, 51. Cape May, 59. And Wilmington, currently 50 degrees. And we do have clear skies right now. Satellite and radar are showing high pressure firmly in control, forcing any of the clouds well up to the north or well down to the south. So we have kind of a slice of nice here. Tonight, clear and calm. Could have some patchy fog developing late tonight, much like last night. Doesn't look all that widespread. 48 degrees in Philadelphia, about 40 degrees for the suburbs. Tomorrow, temperatures again soaring up into the mid to upper 70s most areas. Philadelphia 77, Allentown 74, Wilmington 75. The cool spot with that ocean influence. Cape May 66. Future tracker showing tomorrow it's dry. Tuesday it's dry. However, on Wednesday, this is when that cold front pushes in from the west. That rain arriving by the afternoon, could be heavy Wednesday night. And once that front moves in, it's going to take a sweet old time moving out. Rain lingering into Thursday, and even the possibility of a few more showers on Friday. Speaking of rain, they're getting plenty of it thanks to Tropical Storm Ada. You can see that center of the storm really beginning to bear down on the Florida Keys. Currently, it's 80 miles east of Key West. It's moving west-northwest 14 miles an hour. Maximum sustained wind 65 miles per hour. It's moving into the Gulf of Mexico. A lot of warm water there. It will become a Category 1 hurricane likely on Monday. And then the latest track brings it across northern Florida Thursday into Friday as a tropical storm. So right now, southern Florida is getting the heavy rain. By the end of the week, it'll really be focusing on northern Florida. Back at home, the exclusive AccuWeather 70 forecast. No rain tomorrow, just lots of sunshine after a little bit of patchy morning fog. The afternoon high 77. I used to say that in November. On Tuesday, morning fog, then partly sunny, 71. Wednesday is a transition day. Veterans Day, it'll still be warm, 72 degrees, but it clouds up with that soaking rain arriving in the afternoon and evening hours. Periods of rain again on Thursday, 66. Friday, mostly cloudy, cooler, still a chance of a shower, 57. Saturday looking better than Sunday at this point, mostly sunny and cool, 56. And Sunday, it's cloudy with a chance of rain with a high of 61 degrees. 2 more days of sunshine and temperatures in the 70s, then some big changes. Sarah?
Okay, Cecily. A retired Army chaplain's widow had the garden of her Willow Grove home transformed thanks to 2 local organizations. Heroic Gardens and Habitat for Humanity of Montgomery and Delaware counties teamed up to beautify her yard. Volunteers created 4 new planting beds filled with shrubs, perennials, and flowers.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Tacoma, RAV4, Camry, and more. I'll take it. I'll get this wrapped up for you. I wish I hadn't just unwrapped it.
Lease a new Camry for $199 a month or get $2,500 lease bonus cash or $3,000 customer cash on a new Camry hybrid. Visit your local Toyota dealer or shop and buy online today.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Time now for a check on sports, and the Union are heading into the postseason with a full head of steam. Jeff Skarsky joins us live from home with details. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Walter, how about the Philadelphia Union? They're the best team in Philadelphia and the best team in all of Major League Soccer tonight. Union winning their first ever Supporters Shield trophy. A big reason for that, they are beating everyone at home. Sons of Ben, you'll love this. Finale against New England on 6 ABC. 42nd minute, Sergio Santos on the rebound. Union up 1-0. The celebration is on. 69th minute, they're celebrating again. Corey Burke, one-timer. Union win 2-0, clinching the best MLS record for the first time in team history. Union will face either Montreal or New England in the first round of the playoffs.
The boys put a lot of work into this season, and then obviously today to win it on our home field in front of our fans is special. The club's first trophy, which is always the hardest one to get. But again, our players deserve all the credit in the world. They're the group that's been through so much adversity this year, just like every other team. But, you know, one team stood at the end, and that was our group, the Philadelphia Union.
And the Eagles are looking to be able to say the same in the NFC East. Yeah, the Birds are in the bye, but they catch a break this weekend. They extend their first place lead without even playing. The Dallas Cowboys blow a 10-point fourth quarter lead at home to the Steelers tonight. Late fourth, Ben Roethlisberger to Eric Ebron, who leaps the defender. Steelers in front. Cowboys last shot, Garrett Gilbert, their fourth quarterback this year. No, Steelers win 24-19. They're 8-0 for the first time. Cowboys have lost 4 in a row. They're 2-7. Both Washington and the Giants each have 2 wins. Look at this. Jabril Peppers whips his leg on a Washington quarterback, Kyle Allen, who dislocates his ankle. Allen is carted off. He'll have an MRI. Alex Smith comes in, throws 3 interceptions, including this with a chance to win in the fourth. Giants win 23-20 thanks to 5 turnovers. So the Eagles return next Sunday on the road at 1 o'clock at the Giants. And the Eagles are expecting to have both Miles Sanders and Alshon Jeffrey return this week. So what can we expect from the Eagles when they return? Here's Ron Jaworski.
Hey, we'd all love to see the team 8-0, but that's not what it is right now. They've dealt with injuries. They've dealt with some poor performances. But I think at the end of the day, they will find a way to get to 4-4-1 next week against New York. And all of a sudden, you got that tough stretch down the end. But they'll be a playoff team.
Gotta like the sound of that. More tonight with Jaws on Action News Sports Sunday with Deuces Rogers coming up in just a few minutes at 11:45. They're on pace right now to win the division with 6 wins. Sarah, back to you in the studio.
Okay, Jeff, thank you. Still to come on Action News tonight, a New Jersey nonprofit is creating a new support system for veterans and first responders. That story when Action News returns.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too.
Yeah?
Yep. One for you and one for me.
I love it.
Oh, actually, that was supposed to be for me.
I love it.
I like red.
Shop early and enjoy GMC Black Friday offers all month long. Pay no interest for 84 months on most 2020 Acadia and Terrain models. We are professional grade GMC.
FanDuel Sportsbook's risk-free first bet makes it incredibly easy to bet without risk. But to make it even less risky, we've hired former All-Pro nose tackle Vince Wilfork to be Aaron's food safety inspector while he bets.
Do you think I could have a bite yet? Or it's just I haven't eaten this morning. I didn't eat. Do you know when?
FanDuel Sportsbook. There's no easier way to try sports betting risk-free.
It's okay.
Get up to $1,000 back if you don't win your first bet.
With my hepatitis C, I felt I couldn't be at my best for my family. In only 8 weeks with Maverit, I was cured.
I faced reminders of my hep C every day.
I worried about my hep C.
But in only 8 weeks with Maverit, I was cured.
Maverit is the only 8-week cure for all types of hep C. Before starting Maverit, your doctor will test if you've had hepatitis B, which may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B, a liver or kidney transplant, other liver problems, HIV-1, or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take. Don't take Maverit with anizanavir or rifampin, or if you've had certain liver problems. If you've had or have serious liver problems other than hep C, there's a rare chance they may worsen. Signs of serious liver problems may include yellowing of the skin, abdominal pain or swelling, confusion, and unexplained bleeding or bruising. Tell your doctor if you develop symptoms of liver disease. Common side effects include headache and tiredness.
With hep C behind me, I feel free.
Fearless.
Because I am cured.
If you can't afford your medicine, AbbVie may be able to help.
I did some early shopping this year. One for you, one for me.
I love it. I got us a little something too.
Yeah?
Yep. For me.
I love it.
Acadia and Terrain models. We are professional grade GMC.
The Blue Knights Delaware 1 held a special ride on this beautiful Sunday to benefit the Salvation Army of Delaware. The 37th annual toy run began at the Old Mill Creek Fire Hall in Wilmington. From there, they received a police escort to the Salvation Army in Wilmington. They dropped off toys for children in need and also canned goods to help families struggling to put food on the table. Hundreds of talented young dancers auditioned this weekend in Philadelphia for what's known as the American Idol of Ballet. The Youth America Grand Prix is the world's largest student ballet competition. Dancers ages 9 to 19 from across the state auditioned virtually for judges in hopes of receiving scholarships at top schools and competitions. The finals will be held next year.
No longer fight alone. That's the motto of a nonprofit in South Jersey that's developing new support systems for veterans and first responders. Action News community journalist Matteo Aldanisi shows us how Project Refit is tackling the issues of depression and suicide among those who serve our country and local communities.
In the military, you have to be tough. You have to be. I think what's being missed is that being mentally tough also means you can talk about what's going on when you see the visions that are bothering you at night. That doesn't mean that you're weak.
After 9/11, me and my best friend made a promise that we both were gonna go serve. You know, to be honest with you, when I had first gotten out, I was dealing with some stuff. People assume, you know, based on, you know, the way I look that, you know, I probably don't cry or talk about my feelings or anything like that. But thanks to Project Refit, I've really learned to transition the pain into something helpful, you know?
We all worked together to launch out a ruck march.
Or you put 35 pounds or above of weight on your back. Hope you have good shoes and you keep walking for a number of miles. Really, the point is to bring each other together, no man left behind.
And we built up this app called Project Refit Blue Skies together, a place where it's just for veterans and first responders to come to talk. We're actually now trying to execute and launch our in-person mobile base that will show up to a guy's cardboard box, house, or apartment, set up and help them out in person. We're trying to bring the community of the future to the veterans and first responders of our country through technology and through in-person support that's unique.
There are a lot more organizations out here like this, but this is the one I found and this is the one I call home. I would love for other people to ask me my experiences and call this place home, man. We're only gonna go up from here, but best believe it, man.
It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday preview sale. Hurry in for savings up to $500 on top-rated brands like Sealy. Plus, get a free adjustable base when you spend $6.99 on Sealy. Or save 50% on select mattresses from Sealy. Only at Mattress Firm.
Network inspection.
Okay.
Connected to Wi-Fi, protected from threats. Thermostat, connected, protected. Speaker, connected, protected. Connected, protected.
With Xfinity X5, if it's connected, it's protected. Get started with Xfinity Internet and TV for $54.99 a month for 12 months. You'll get advanced security free when you get the X5 Gateway. That's a $72 value. Plus, ask how to get a free upgrade to gig speed for a year. Click, call.
Today, people were invited to take an autumnal stroll with Shakespeare, Poe and Friends. The Delaware Shakespeare Organization hosted the annual event at Fort Christina today.
This year's event was held outdoors in adherence with COVID-19 safety protocols. In addition to readings, there were also tales of ghosts, mystery, and intrigue.
Action News Sports Sunday is next here on Channel 6. Action News continues at 4 tomorrow morning with Tamala Edwards, Matt O'Donnell, Karen Rogers, and David Murphy.
Now for Sarah Bloomquist, Jeff Skaversky, Cecily Tynan, and the entire Action News team, I'm Walter Perez. Have a good night and a great weekend.
Good night.
Living for the weekend? Us too. Because this Sunday is all win and no risk. That's why new customers can bet risk-free up to $100 this Sunday. You don't want to miss it. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up anytime before this Sunday to bet risk-free up to $100 on game day. This offer ends soon, so download the app now. Give yourself one more reason to get excited for game day and make it rain.
Welcome to Toyotathon.
Hey.
Ready for a great deal?
You know it.
With savings on Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more, it really is the most magical time of the year. Can you pretend you didn't see this?
But I'm seeing it.
Lease a new RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid for $229 a month, or get 1.9% APR for 60 months, or up to $1,000 customer cash on RAV4. Visit your local Toyota dealer or shop and buy online today.
You never know what you'll find at Toyotathon. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
I am Robert Strickler. I've been involved in communications and the media for 45 years. I've been taking Prevagen on a regular basis for at least 8 years. For me, the greatest benefit over the
Are we where we want to be? Yeah, we're first place in the NFC East.
He's hit. He fumbles the football.
Once you're outside the pocket, outside the tackle box, throw the football away.
I'm going to stay aggressive. I'm not going to change who I am, but I can just, protect him.
He is looking to the far corner, and it is caught. Fulgham, touchdown.
You could beat a bad Dallas Cowboy football team. Down the road, when you start seeing Green Bay and New Orleans, the quarterback has to get his game going in a sudden direction.
A great job dropping the ball in and hitting Travis Fulgham on the run.
I'm going to pull the trigger. I've never been wired to hesitate.
This is Action News Sports Sunday, sponsored by Audi.
Hopefully the time off will allow the Eagles time to rest, regroup, and refocus on the second half of the season. Welcome into Sports Sunday. I'm Deuces Rogers. We'll have a lot on the Birds coming up later in the show, but we start our focus on the other football being played in this town right now, that by the Philadelphia Union. It was their final match of the regular season today, and there was a lot on the line. To Subaru Park, Union and New England. The Union looking to capture the Supporters Shield Trophy for the best regular season record and the top seed. Scoreless in the 42nd minute. Sergio Santos on the doorstep. He buries the rebound. The Union take the 1-0 lead. An insurance goal comes in the 69th minute. Corey Burke, his second goal in the last 3 matches. The Union win 2-0. They finish the season with 47 points. The party is on in Chester as the Union earn their first Supporters Shield trophy in franchise history. They also land the top seed in the playoffs. That's important because the Union are a perfect 9-0-0 at home this season.
The boys put a lot of work into this season, and then obviously today to win it on our home field in front of our fans is special. The club's first trophy, which is always the hardest one to get. But again, our players deserve all the credit in the world. They're the group that's been through so much adversity this year, just like every other team. But one team stood at the end, and that was our group, the Philadelphia Union.
I definitely could not have imagined this. I dreamed about it, but didn't know it was coming. Without the fan base, we wouldn't even have a team here. And me being here 9 years, I know the history, and I just want to thank the fans, how they've supported us, whether it be social media, whether it be on television. And tonight, it really felt like it was a full house.
Happy for those guys and happy for Coach Curtin. All right, now to the NFL. If you can't root for the Eagles on a Sunday, you can always root against those Dallas Cowboys. Dallas hosting the unbeaten Pittsburgh Steelers this afternoon. The Cowboys surprisingly in this one late, up with a little more than 2 minutes ago, but Ben Roethlisberger hits Eric Ebron for the go-ahead TD. Steelers up by 5. A final shot for Dallas. Garrett Gilbert, their 4th QB this season, can't get it done. Pittsburgh escapes 24-19 to remain undefeated. Giants in Washington. The injury bug hits another Washington quarterback. This time it's Kyle Allen. He goes down in the first quarter. Allen reportedly suffers a dislocated left ankle along with a fracture. He's carted off. His day is done. Alex Smith, who knows all about serious injuries, tries to lead the team back. A 68-yard touchdown to Terry McLaurin here. He does the dirty work. It pulls Washington within 3 points at 23-20. Last chance for the football team, but Smith throws his 3rd interception of the day. Logan Ryan snags this one. The Giants hang on for the 23-20 win. The Birds will visit them next Sunday in the Meadowlands. Ron Jaworski has seen every play of the Eagles this season from every single angle. We now check in with him to get his thoughts on what's happened and what needs to happen going forward.
Jaws, if you're Doug Peterson, what are you working on during this bye week?
Deuces, how can I help Carson Wentz play more consistent football? I've always been a big believer a quarterback's best friend is a running game. Right now, to a certain degree, the Eagles have abandoned the running game. They're using drop-back passes about 67% of the time. That's one of the highest percentages in the National Football League. You got to get balance in your offense, and the best way to do it, run the football, protect your quarterback, and take care of the ball.
How would you grade Carson Wentz's performance thus far this season?
Well, I think it's been a C. And he's an A talent, but his level of play is a C right now. The turnovers are critical in the National Football League, and he's turned the ball over 16 times. That's an alarming rate. 4 fumbles he's lost and 12 interceptions. So he's got to take care of the football. He's made some plays. He's had some games and segments of the play where he's really played well. But overall, I would just give him a C.
Jaws, Wentz is not a rookie. It's year 5. How concerned should we be about his development at this point?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt we have to be concerned. He is in a slump right now. And, I played 17 years as a quarterback in the NFL, and you're going to have some of those down times. And really how you make it through those down times will ultimately define where you end up. He's got talent. He will work through the slump, and I think things will work out for him. But he's got to work through them.
All right, we always end our segment with a prediction. No game this week, but I'll ask you, what will the Eagles' final record be?
7, 8, and 1 and a playoff spot at home.
Hey, we'll take it. Just get,
Yeah, we will.
get through the dance.
If Jaws says it, we will take it to the bank. All right, coming up next here on Sports Sunday, we'll hear from Coach Peterson on what his goals for the bye week were. Plus, the Eagles have fans all over the world, but how about this guy? From Eagle fan to Eagles podcaster, Giovanni will capture your heart once again. But first, it's our play of the week. Yesterday's Liberty-Virginia Tech game. Liberty looking to kick the game-winning field goal. At the end, it's blocked. Virginia Tech's Jermaine Waller scoops it up, takes it to the house for the win, but not so fast. In an attempt to ice the kicker, the Hokies called a timeout and iced themselves. Liberty gets another crack at it, and that's your ball game. What a turn of events. That is our play of the week.
Sports Sunday, sponsored by your Delaware Valley Audi dealers. Go confidently with legendary Quattro all-wheel drive.
I'm meteorologist Cecily Tynan with your AccuWeather forecast. The unseasonably warm weather continues for the next few days. Tomorrow morning, a little bit of fog burning off to mostly sunny skies. The afternoon high near record warmth, 77 degrees. Tuesday, we do it again. Fog in the morning, then partly sunny, 71. Wednesday, still mild, up to 72 degrees, but a soaking rain arriving, especially in the afternoon and evening. And then it stays very unsettled into next week. Stay tuned for more Sports Sunday right after this.
The line is out for next Sunday's game against the Giants. The Eagles check in as a 3-point favorite on the road. They'll be looking to beat the spread. If at the beginning of the season I told you at the midway point the Eagles would be 3-4-1, you probably would have been worried. Also, if I told you at the beginning of the season that the Eagles would lead their division at this point, you would have been ecstatic. Both those feelings can coexist. There have been some positives to the season, the biggest and latest being the Birds' 2-game win streak. Travis Fulgham is also a bright spot. Coach Doug Peterson says he's been using the break to analyze all aspects of this football team.
We're not game planning this week, but yeah, we can go back and watch us and see where we need to improve, and also show them the good that came out of the first 8 weeks. Because I think it's important that we do that. And obviously, if there is a positive with the COVID, is the fact that we get to stick together as a team.
The Eagles have millions of fans all over the world, but one has turned his love for the team into a pretty cool job. Jamie Apodi has his story.
Hey guys, it's your pal Giovanni here, and I got one thing to say. One thing. Fly, Eagles, fly.
We were first introduced to Giovanni Hamilton last summer when his meeting with Carson Wentz at training camp brought him to tears.
It meant the world to me to finally meet him.
Giovanni has Schwartz-Jampel syndrome and has endured 15 surgeries in his 13-year life. How hard is it to go through all the things you have to go through all the time?
It's hard, but I think it would be harder if I never discovered football.
Yes, football is his saving grace, and he can't help but relate to the Eagles and their underdog story. And now he has an outlet for all of his passion, a weekly podcast, Philly Sports with Giovanni. What would you say is the number one key to being a good football show host?
Just do your research. Watch film. Take notes. It's me, your host, Giovanni.
He's got a star-studded guest list, like former Eagles Torrey Smith and Chris Long.
Today I have a special guest, Chris Long. Thank you so much for being here, man. It means a lot.
Hey, anytime, man. Like I said before we got on, anytime I can support a fellow podcaster, I'm all about it, okay?
Is this something you always thought about? Maybe I could be a sportscaster.
It's always been something that I wanted to do. I mean, I want to be a head coach for the Eagles, but this is definitely a good second plan.
Good show. All right. Well, that is awesome. Do your research, watch film, and do your homework. That's what he says he does as a podcast host. And those are also the qualities you need to have as a head coach. So he says that's his goal, to be coach of the Eagles. I would not bet against him. Giovanni, we're pulling for you. That is our show for tonight. Remember, the Eagles will take on the New York Giants at the Meadowlands next week. For Jaws, I'm Deuces Rogers. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.